Okay, folks, this will be a challenging one, just a tad. Let's see if we can make it turn up a treat. Fuck that. Shit. Gonna leave it. Actually, gonna use that. Okay, let's see what we have here. It is Cadbury Dream Oreo. An interesting piece. We're not going to uncrumple it. We're going to keep it like that. The word dream has an interesting connotation to it, folks. There's something I want to do in this life that is a dream of mine, and I want to make it come true, not just for me, but for the rest of the human race and for the environment, because without the environment, we can't have a human race. And basically, I want to redesign the photocopier from scratch. And one of the things one of the key features of this new photocopier is that the hardware lasts 60 years instead of 5 years. So we get hardware that lasts. And this has come up looking like a bit of a nightmare. Although that looks like a nice looking shadow. Looks interesting. But basically I want to redesign the photocopier from scratch, and I want to make the hardware last 60 years, and I want it to be made from mostly, as much as possible, made from recycled materials instead of mining the materials from a mine, and that these materials will be mined, not from a mine, but from e-waste dumps around the world and in our country here in Australia, but also in places like India and China, because I want to clean up these places of their e-waste so that people can drink the water and swim in the water and be able to be able to create crops, have crops, to be able to farm the areas again that are now considered unfarmable. I don't know if that's the right term, arable or something. It's come up looking interesting, that shadow bit. Do wonder what we can do with that. But basically, I really want to make a difference, and I want the hardware also to have there be less plastics. Plastics are shit. The actual chassis of the equipment, the internal chassis, will be made of titanium. The actual panels around the photocopier will not be made of plastic. They'll be made out of metal, like titanium as well, aluminium, stainless steel, even transparent aluminium called ALON, which stands for aluminium, nitrogen, aluminium, oxygen and nitrogen, which is the composition it pretty well is in a nutshell. And basically I want to make these machineries really like funky and cool and have bright colours available to the aluminium, like having anodised aluminium and all these bright colours, a bit like the iPod mini that Apple produced under Steve Jobs. And basically, yeah, I really want to make something really nice, and something that's just something I could be proud of, and that people will be proud to have in their office, and that it'll work. And the software, there'll be like enlargements, reductions, duplexing, double-sided copies, and basically those things can come as factory standard. But if you want to have features like funky image and color editing features, you don't have to have them on. You don't have to have them as a part of the factory standard. You can buy them as apps, so you can customize your equipment to suit your needs and your desires. And basically, we're going to have artificial intelligence driving these features and even the basic features like enlargement, reduction, and all that. These machines are going to be driving themselves, but you can also have manual mode as well, or modes. I'm trying to concentrate, folks. So yeah, there's all these things that are possible. If you're passionate about it, if you care about it, then that's the thing I'm passionate about. Photocopiers, and I have been so for most of my life, on and off, and I've now come to the conclusion that I'm not interested now in taking what's available, what is available as we have it now. I'm interested in creating my own shit, my own equipment, so I'm not interested anymore in being on the sideline while these money-grubbing corporations that don't care about the environment or the quality of their equipment or the human race come in and make money and profiteer and make pollution and shit. And, we've got to be responsible, for our environment. We've got to be responsible for humanity. And I want to help make humanity top priority. Before we release a product, we've got to think about what its impact is going to be on the human race and on the environment. We've got to think about that before profit, because profit alone isn't good enough. It's deadly. And the equipment of today is really shit. And I don't have any respect for the industry as we know it. I've got some really nasty things to say about it. I haven't got any respect. Now that's come up looking quite nice. I'm going to enlarge it more on the vertical. And I really, I want to make this dream machine, this wonderful piece of kit that works and looks good, both functional and creative. The combination, the marrying of both the creative and the practical. So imagine all these different colours as we're getting back to the coloured panels. All these beautiful colours of anodised aluminium, or even more exciting is this transparent aluminium, what I was talking about before, ALON. The transparent aluminium. Imagine a photocopier that you can see some of its inner workings. And it's just so exciting to just think about the future of how things can be and dream, not just a bloody product like this. I mean, truly dreaming about something you want to do, and you've got the confidence to pull it off, even if it takes decades, even if you only get to see it for 20 years of your life or 10 years of your life, just to see it come to fruition and to just feel a sense of satisfaction that you've created something and that it's really going to make a difference to humanity and the environment. Well, we can't have humanity without the environment, folks, and that's just it. We've got to clean up those dirty e-waste dumps. And these machines have also, incidentally, have got to be easy to pull apart for recycling. So when it reaches 60 years and there's no more, and it can't be fixed, or whatever happens, whatever comes first, you just tear it apart and recycle it. And you don't have, and it's got to be recycled. But the thing is, the good thing is, you have 60 years, and it's like, that's a lot of savings on power and resources, because when you manufacturing things, it consumes energy, and it just it depletes energy. Gas, natural gas, and electricity. You can save on those by simply just not building, constantly upgrading the hardware, but just stick with upgrading the software. And if there is a need to upgrade the hardware, you only just upgrade parts of it that need upgrading, not because you want to make money out of it, not because you wanted to sell another piece of shit for the sake of money, for the sake of worshipping money, which is what these people in the industry currently do. And I really hate it. You know, I hate the way the world has become so obsessed with money. It just shows in everything. It's in everything, and it drives me nuts. But I'm going to keep my dream alive, folks. I'm going to keep it alive. It'll happen, I'm sure. If it's meant to happen, it's meant to happen, folks. And that's come up looking a real treat. I think we can now call this demo quits.